Hello again, it's Lloyd here again with your weekly My Auction Addiction Addictive video, helpful video. At least we hope it's helpful to folks out there that are working with us or one of our franchise communities in asset liquidation. Today we're going to talk about a subject that's really more, it really covers two areas. It's more for the sellers. If you're an executor or somebody handling a moving sale, considering hiring an estate sale company, and we'll talk, I think we'll do another separate video down the road about some of the things you should consider very specifically, although we do have that covered in our older estate sale video series. But it's also directed to you realtors out there and other probate attorneys, anyone that was referring, maybe a friend or family member referring somebody for our type of services. And the title of this video is "The Struggle is Real." Here we are, guys. It's beginning of May. We're in a heat of battle in a busy season in the estate sale world. Many estate sales are booked months out in advance. Some weeks we've got 8 or 10 sales going on. So it's a crazy time. I got a little lull today, so I'm getting to the video early this week. But one of the things that we encounter this time, and we have for a number of years now, is calls saying, "My estate seller let me down. Can you come please help?" Yeah, literally dozens of those calls this time of the year. And I have one, and that's what gave me an idea for this week's video. Just a few nights ago said, "My estate seller won't go to Placitas." I'm like, okay, so why? Well, we just used you on another job. You did a great job. Well, why did you call them first? Now, it may be that you've worked with somebody for many years. Hey, we've only been around just coming up on 8 years. Hasn't been a real long time. Sorry about the sunshine coming through blazing through the window there, guys. It's coming over the mountain there, and I was kind of not prepared for that. There's clouds out, guys, and so, of course, that won't go down. But there's clouds out right now, and the clouds just went away. Anyways, there we go. That made it a little better. Now you just got one laser beam there. Anyways, oh, that's down 10 times worse. All right, thank you, Esther. Anyways, that's it. We're doing these videos spontaneously here because we hear that's what people like out there. Anyways, all right, getting back to business here. So, my question, and my question is always going to be to a realtor or someone else that we work with, is why did you refer this other estate seller first? Maybe you've known them for a number of years. Maybe they've done good work for you in the past. But if they're letting you down on a consistent basis, you need to ask yourself, why don't you call the best estate seller with the best system and the best service first? Let me just give you a rundown in the last few weeks of some of the things. This is not marketing points, because I do have a lot of those. This is the things that I've gotten. Several, they couldn't do the job because it was a gated community. Several for rural locations. Numerous ones that were too small. A couple that were too large. One that said that they didn't understand what big tools were and they were afraid to sell them. One that said it was too high dollar. A couple that said they don't do hoarders. One that said the South Valley was not a place they could drive traffic. A couple that didn't go the East Mountains. Two, probably too far out. We've had a dozen plus of those. No flexibility in schedule. Had several of those. Many where they couldn't do it because the person wanted to live in a house. Some that couldn't handle staging of furniture. And now we're going to get to some of the bad ones. Because it's a busy time of the year, we get these. They did not empty the home. Why not? Folks, the first priority is to empty the home. Regardless whether I get $5,800 or $5,950, you got a home with $300,000 in equity and $2,000 to $3,000 in carrying costs with a mortgage. The home needs to be empty and sold, right? So it starts with that. So that's the very premise of our service. It doesn't matter whether I have to go back over there and let a charity in to donate some dishes and an old flowery couch. That's part of the job. So What's happening here? I don't know. They're getting too busy, can't take care of it. And the other one, this one's really scary, and we got a couple of those right now. They sold very little. It's so busy out there. Maybe they're just starting out. They don't have a lot of buyers, or the buyers are just diluted. We obviously have a larger reach, a superior online platform that they don't have. I've literally gone into houses and struggled to see, what did they sell? It still looks like it's full. I don't get it. And that's happened too. So all these things just in the last, since middle of March, late March, when the busy season was well underway in the state sellers, traditional state sellers, started to begin to fall behind. And so again, almost all of these involve somebody that referred someone else first. Or it could just simply be that somebody else looked around and said, all right, well, my auction addiction comes highly recommended, but I'm scared of the internet, or the internet doesn't make sense to me, or, I just don't get why people would buy things that way. Amazon. Anyways. And so sometimes you just have to set your bias aside and say, you know what? Most things are moving toward technology, and I'm moving toward technology for a reason. Even if you don't get all the reasons, and I get that, we don't get all the reasons. Things are moving toward technology for a reason. And I could give you a million of examples of why we are better. There is no way that we believe a traditional estate sale can do better than us. And these are just an example in the last few weeks. So let's talk about what happens now once this has happened. Okay, oh my God, my estate seller let down. What's the first thing? Well, first thing is we get a call, and then we got to follow up, and we have a very angry client. If you're a realtor, your client's pissed off, mad. If you're an executive estate, you're aggravated because things haven't gone right. The person you were going to hire, the person you even contract, people are saying they signed a contract and they still didn't do the job, has let you down. Well, guess what? We're walking into a trap door, into a pit of lions, where now everybody's already emotional because a precious loved one has passed away, or we're making a stressful move across the country, or whatever. And now we have a job that we're taking over that has already had the ball dropped on. So it's a very tough relationship. We have about a 95 to 98% customer satisfaction rate, which I think is higher than anyone in the industry. However, the majority of that dissatisfaction lies in situations where we have to go out and clean up somebody else's mess. And if you call us for that, we're going to let you know that, because we always want to make sure your expectations are understood. We just think that's the proper way to do business. So we're going into a situation now where everything's very, very stressful. Sometimes it's like, we got to be out in a week. These guys blew us off weeks ago. They didn't sell everything. We've got to be out. The house is closing. It's a mess. Can we do it? We've got a solution for everything. Even if it comes down to donating stuff, there's always a solution. However, it's not ideal. And let me give you a big example. I'm going to give you the biggest example of why this is a problem. Once an estate seller's come in, let's say they did try to do a couple days, couple weekends of sales, but they sold, let's say 20% of the items. What 20%, mind you, do you think they sold? That's correct. The best items. They sold the coins. They sold the guns. They sold the car. They sold the ATV. They sold the good machinery in the garage. Now, there's still $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 worth of stuff left. But now I come in and I've got to market this sale to my buyers. And they look at the pictures and realize, okay, this has been set up as an estate sale before, and why is there nothing valued over $50 in this sale? Why is there 500 things worth $8 or $10 or less? And so, whereas if we had done this sale, we would have sold 95 or 98% of the items, and we would have gotten a higher return on those small dollar items, because the guy that buys the Delta table saw, the uber high-end Delta table saw, the Unisaw with all the accessories, and pays $900 or $1,000 or $1,500 for that, goes, hey, I'm going to go over there. I'll pick up a few small things while I'm at it. Well, now you got more people engaged, bidding, and vying for those small things as well, or the less desirable things. So now it makes it harder to sell these other things, harder to get the job complete, and we get less money for those things than we would have gotten had we done them all at once. Guys, I'm not bringing this to you just as a sales pitch. I'm not bringing this to you as a this rare event. This happens to us all the time, mostly in the busy season, but not entirely. So, you know, that busy season being March through July. So, again, I think I've given enough examples of this. If you are a realtor and you're referring somebody else and you're referring a second, or if you're a member of our community that buys with us or sells with us and you're doing that, ask yourself a question. Is your current first choice delivering the results that we deliver? Are they delivering the service that we deliver? Are your clients happy? Are you happy? Do you look like a hero? And if you're an executor or somebody considering a moving sale, give us a chance. Let us come out and speak with you. You know, it doesn't cost anything to consult. You just come out and chat. See if you get along with us, like our personality, like our pitch, like our system. And we might save you some aggravation down the road. And you'll be really happy, I think, with our service, our flexibility to your individual needs, and our sales results. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call that a video for this week. Let's see. Next week, I am going to do something called, are the contents of the home an asset? That's a tricky question. Are the contents of the home an asset or not? We're going to do that next week. So again, I'll go more toward sellers again next week, it looks like. But I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. If you're someone in our community or someone thinking about doing a sale and this information was helpful, I'm really happy for that. That's why we do these. We don't get paid for these or anything. We just do them to help our folks in the community. If you would, please like this video and subscribe to our channel if you'd like to hear about our videos first. All right, everybody, have a great day. We look forward to seeing you at the auction or helping your family with their next big transition.